Hello everyone, I'm Rhythm and I'm welcome all you to Chardikla Time TV North American News, and let's have a look to India. US India Educational Foundation marked the 70th anniversary of the prestigious Fulbright program in India on 2nd February in New Delhi. The program was organized by Executive Director of the Foundation, Adam J. Grotsky. On this occasion, the Foreign Secretary Harsh Singla and U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Educational and Cultural Affairs, Mary Royce, U.S. Ambassador to India, Kenneth I. Juster, India Foreign Visa CEO, Shri Monish Goyal, addressed attendance at event in New Delhi to commemorate the anniversary. Shirley Loveleen holds the beginning of the program.
Foreign Scholarship Board by President Barack Obama in September 2014 and reappointed in January 2017. Mr. Goyal is the Chief Executive Officer of Pineapple Co., the company from which he actively discovers, incubates, launches, and supports entrepreneurial ventures. Having gotten his professional start in the field of NGOs and public health, Mr. Goyal pivoted in 2001 to pursue a personal interest in brand marketing, convenings, and experiential events. Leveraging his acumen for cultivating deep relationships, he founded MKG in 2003 and built it into an award-winning creative agency specializing in brand experiences. 5 Education USA advising centers located throughout India. Prior to his current appointment, he served as the assistant to the provost with the responsibility for developing, administrating, and promoting Towson's study abroad programs, prior to international programs at the University of South Carolina. Please join me in welcoming.
And then Adams welcome all the guests by couples of its words.
Board members, students, scholars, friends, and colleagues. On behalf of the United States India Educational Foundation, it is an honor and a pleasure to welcome all of you here tonight on this historic occasion. On this day in 1950, India and the United States signed their first Fulbright Agreement. In the 70 years that followed, the binational exchange program established with that agreement has been sending Indian and American students and scholars halfway around the world to learn and experience each other's cultures. As a former university study abroad student in Benares and also a former high school AFS student to Sri Lanka, I firmly believe in Senator William Fulbright's vision that there is no better way to promote mutual understanding between countries than through educational and cultural exchanges. I'm extremely proud to be part of the Fulbright family and honored to be sharing the stage tonight with such distinguished guests. Thank you very much.
Then the Foreign Secretary Harsh Singla talked about the anniversary and congratulated Adam for this prestigious Fulbright program.
Ambassador Ken Juster, Assistant Secretary Mary Royce, Executive Director Adam Grotsky, my colleague in the Ministry of External Affairs, Joint Secretary Americas Gaurang Das, Deputy Chief of Mission Edgard Keegan, alumni and awardees of the Fulbright Nehru Fellowship and grants, distinguished invitees and friends. Namaste and good evening. At the outset, I would like to congratulate the US India Education Foundation on the completion of 70 years of its flagship Fulbright program in India. I compliment you on your role and dedication in nurturing and deepening our educational links. I thank you for being a valued partner in the India-US 21st Century Knowledge Initiative and in various educational and academic programs of the Government of India. In the last 1 year, I have had the pleasure and privilege to share several platforms with Ambassador Juster both in India and in the United States. And I'm very happy that in my first public event since I took over as Foreign Secretary a few days ago, I get the advantage of sharing my platform with him again. One of the last people I met before leaving the United States was Assistant Secretary Mary Royce. And when she informed me that she'd be in India and would be here at this Fulbright event, I could only say that I'm most happy to be here in this event. And so I'm so happy to see you here, Mary, and we'll look forward to doing a lot of taking a lot more initiatives in the education field. I'm confident that in the firmament of fast expanding education cooperation, time-honored programs like the Fulbright will retain its distinctiveness. I hope that it will remain an instrument of change for India well into the future, just as they were in the early days of our independence. And I hope that it will continue to capture the best of our societies, benefit our two countries and mankind at large. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
In his remark, Ambassador said, the US-India relationship is growing rapidly. He said, as I have said many times, I believe that the foundation of our people-to-people ties, the Fulbright Nehru program, is a perfect example of the impact that our people have when they learn from each other and work together.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me express at the outset my deep appreciation to the US-India Educational Foundation, known to most of us as USIEF, for hosting tonight's event, which marks the 70th anniversary of the Fulbright program in India. This is a milestone for the Fulbright Commission and a great symbol of our bilateral relationship. I am truly pleased to be part of this important and historic occasion. I would like to welcome our guests from the Indian Ministry of External Affairs and the U.S. Department of State, USIEF board members, university and college leaders, representatives from the private sector, and of course, the many alumni and current Fulbrighters joining us this evening. Today, the Fulbright program forms a vital link between the United States and more than 160 countries. Since the program was created by Senator J. William Fulbright in 1946, the fellowship has grown into the world's premier international educational exchange opportunity. For more than 70 years, Fulbright has provided fellowships and grants to some 390,000 American and international scholars and students around the world. The U.S.-India relationship is growing rapidly. As I have said many times, I believe that the foundation of our partnership is our people-to-people ties. The Fulbright Nehru program is a perfect example of the impact that our peoples have when they learn from each other and work together. I look forward to many more decades of successful and growing cooperation between the United States and India through the Fulbright Nehru program, and to an increasingly robust relationship between the academic worlds of our two countries. Thank you for your support, and thank you for all that you do to build bridges among our future leaders through the Fulbright Nehru program. Thank you.
At the event, Assistant Secretary Royce talked about Senator J. William. She said, when Senator J. William introduced the legislation establishing the program, he said it was about leadership, learning, and empathy between countries.
Good evening, and thank you, Arsha, for your kind introduction. And thank you to the U.S.-India Educational Foundation for graciously hosting this evening's event. Tonight, I'm delighted and honored to join you in celebrating the 70th anniversary of the Fulbright Commission in India. We are here to recognize the achievements of our Fulbrighters, also thank our partners, and acknowledge the best and the brightest who are equipped to change the world. I'd like to also thank Ambassador Juster, thank you, for your careful stewardship of the Fulbright program, the Fulbright Nehru program in India. I also like to recognize Joint Secretary Galant Das for joining us, and also thank Secretary Shringla, who was here, and the Government of India for your steadfast partnership. She's a 2015 Fulbright Nehru Fellow who studied environmental policy during her time at Yale University. After returning to India, she founded Blue Sky Analytics, a startup company that developed an air quality app, which can be used in over 200 locations in India to raise awareness and help users minimize their exposure to air pollution. Congratulations and thank you.
The Fulbright program was created by Senator J. William Fulbright in 1946, was designed to increase mutual understanding among the people of other countries. The binational United States India Educational Foundation was among the earliest of the Fulbright commissions or foundations on 2nd Feb 1950 by Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and US Ambassador to India Loy Henderson signed a bilateral agreement to implement and administer a country Fulbright program on behalf of the partner governments.
Thank you very much for that warm and welcoming introduction. Let me begin by thanking and acknowledging Ambassador Juster, Assistant Secretary Royce, and the just departed Foreign Secretary Chardikla. The presence of high-ranking American and Indian government officials is a testament to the bilateral strength and support for the Fulbright program as we celebrate 70 years of mutual understanding between India and the U.S. Our firm belief in underpinning ethos of the Fulbright program was perhaps best articulated by former Senator Fulbright himself. He said, "Our future is not in the stars, but in our minds and hearts. Creative leadership and liberal education, which in fact go together, are the first requirements for a hopeful future for humankind. Fostering these, leadership, learning, and empathy between cultures, was and remains the purpose of this international scholarship program." So on behalf of the Fulbright Foreign Scholarship Board, I want to thank you all for your contributions, large and small, for helping to build peace between the U.S. and India for the past 70 years. Congratulations and thank you again.
On this occasion, MD of Chardikla Time TV Sardar Satbir Singh Dardi and Director of Chardikla Time TV of Delhi, Sardar Amritpal Singh Dardi, attended the anniversary program about United States and India mutual understanding. And Sardar Satbir Singh Dardi had some words with Adam. Let's have a look.
It's anniversary of the Fulbright program.
Okay.
And what next? Are we doing anything special now?
Great. We're thrilled this evening to be celebrating 70 years of Fulbright in India. It was amazing to have the Foreign Secretary here, the Ambassador, Assistant Secretary, and Fulbright Scholarship Board member Manish Goyal to celebrate this occasion with us. The Fulbright program over the last 70 years has brought together Americans and Indians building strong relationship on a people-to-people basis, which ultimately brings our countries closer together. I'm absolutely thrilled to be leading the efforts of the Fulbright program here in India and look forward to more Indian citizens applying for the program for the 2021-2022 academic year. The information about our program can be found at our website, www.usief.org.in. Thanks so much for coming out and supporting the Fulbright program.
As example tonight, the reason I'm here tonight is to celebrate the U.S. Fulbright and Nehru 70th anniversary, promoting mutual understanding between our two countries. So it has really created this people-to-people relationship that's built the two countries and made it even stronger. As noted in my remarks, I talked about President Trump's comments to Prime Minister Modi in Texas about how important we are as the two strong democracies. And we both start our constitutions out with "we the people." So our ties have never been stronger. We also do a number of cultural projects here in India through our Ambassador's Fund for Cultural Preservation. So that's been one of the things that I've been able to do since I've been here, is to look at those projects. Because again, we think it's very important for us to protect Indian antiquities and culture, but these and in addition, but we have exchange programs in every area, international visitor leadership program, and even your Prime Minister has been on 2 of my exchanges. The exchange that I personally have been on, called American Council of Young Political Leaders, and he's also on another program called SUSI. But that's just an example, but there are many, many ties that bind our two countries.
I'm done with today. For more updates and news, do watch Chardikla Time TV North America. Until then, goodbye.